kids, the new NCAA college football season is officially upon us. And if you're new to how this operates, every week I just go down the top 25 games and I look at the over-under, the spread, and I just give you my straight-up pick for who's going to win. Now the thing is, we actually had a couple of games played over the weekend. So, I mean, really, the first week of NCAA football has already started. So obviously we're going to skip over the South Florida and San Jose game and the Stanford against Rice game and just get into the games that, as of the release of this video, haven't happened yet. So very quickly, let's get down to it. We got Tulsa taking on Oklahoma State. I can't remember what Oklahoma State is ranked, but it's pretty high up there. So yeah, Tulsa has no shot here. Looks like the spread is Oklahoma State 18-point favorite. The over-under is 71. I want to say go under 71 for this, and don't take the spread. I think Oklahoma State, they'll win, but not by 18 points. So, yeah, just go down on that one. Not feeling happy about that. But Oklahoma State does win. Probably like 14 points, but 18 is way too high. Ohio State taking on Indiana. Obviously, it's going to be a blowout. It looks like we got Ohio State as a 20.5-point favorite. Over-under is 58. I'm going to say go over that for the spread, for the total, not spread. And you know what? I'm going to take Ohio State. I'll give them the points. They should do it. I got them winning probably more like by 30 points, but this should be a massacre. Sounds pretty straightforward. Washington against Rutgers. Washington's a 27.5-point favorite. Over-under is 52. I'm going to say go over 52. I think Rutgers gets a couple touchdowns in there, but Washington still wins this like 52-14. So yeah, they covered the spread. They'll cover the spread, but it's barely. Ohio State taking on Wisconsin. Wisconsin should win this one pretty handily. Over-under is 52. I'm going to say go over. Spread's way too high though. I don't think they're going to win by 27 points. It's not a 4-touchdown game. Maybe like 2 touchdowns and a field goal, so I think it's a little bit too high. I got to win by 17 points. Wisconsin still should win this one. Kent State against Clemson. Whoa, that's going to be a massacre. Oh wow, probably not the best term to use when talking about Kent State. Oh, my bad. But anyway, it looks like Clemson, defending champions without Deshaun Watson, are a 40-point favorite. Over-under is 51. I'm going to actually go under 51 for the total. 40 is way too high a spread for this game. I mean, they can win about 30, but 40 just seems astronomically high. I mean, Kent State, they'll win like, 48-0 or like 48-3. But, yeah, 40 is just too high for me. I can't do it. So I'm going to say no to the spread on that one. Akron Zips against Penn State. Boy, this one ought to be scandalous. We got Penn State looks like they're a 30.5-point favorite. Over-under is 66. I think it's going to be under 66. And you know what? I actually go under. I'm going to give it to Penn State by 28 points. I don't take the spread on this one. They should win handily, though. Maryland against Texas. This one actually I think is going to be a whole lot closer than most people assume. It's an 18-point spread for Texas, but I think they only get like 9. So don't take that. And 56 over-under sounds about right. I'm actually going to go over on that one. So Texas wins, but don't take the spread and go under. Alright, Michigan against Florida. What do we have here? This should be really good. I mean, Florida has a good defense, but no offense to speak of. And Michigan has a really good offense. The defense is not quite there yet. Looks like we got Michigan listed as a 3.5-point favorite on most of these accounts. And I'm going to go with that. I think they win by at least a touchdown, so take the spread. Over-under is 44, go under. It's going to be a really high-scoring offensive affair with defenses like that. UTEP taking on Oklahoma. And, I don't want to use this as my shoe-in of the week because it's just so obvious. I remember once upon a time this guy told me the first week of the NCAA season is when your favorite team beats the hell out of the team of the school you actually attended. So yeah, the rules in play for this one pretty much obviously. Oklahoma 43-point favorite. Over-under is 62. I'm going to say go over that for the total. And, I don't normally go with spreads that high, but yeah, they're going to win by like 50 points. It's going to be an absolute destruction. So, Sorry, El Paso, that's what happens. Western Michigan against USC Trojans. You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to pull it. This is going to be my shoe-in of the week. Yes, my shoe-in of the week. My absolute guaranteed 100% correct pick. And if I don't know. I'll just be publicly shamed on YouTube, I guess. Alright, so looking at our over-under 58. I'm going to say go above that. There's going to be a lot of points scored in this one. For the spread, they have the Trojans by 27. And I'm going to take it. I think they can win by at least 30 points. So that's my shoe-in of the week. Bet your kids' college life savings on it. That's going to happen. Trojans cover the spread. It's going to be over 58. You'll make a lot of money. Not that I'm encouraging that kind of behavior, though, because we all know, as it reads up top, gambling is illegal, wrong, and there's no reason to ever do it for any reason whatsoever, because it's bad. All right, Appalachian State taking on Georgia. This one almost smells like an upset, but not quite. I mean, App State's a good team, but I think Georgia's rapidly improved from last year. 14.5 point favorite, I don't think it's going to happen. I think Georgia wins this by like 7 or 9, 10 points tops. So don't take the spread. Total, 55.5 over under. I'm going to go over. I think it's going to be like a 60 combined total, so I'm not really too keen on that one. But Georgia does win. Alright, Georgia Southern taking on Auburn. I think the point spread in this one is way too high. I think Auburn wins it by like 21 or 28 points, but not 34.5. Over under is 59.5. I think I'll be slightly under. Go with Auburn to win. Don't take the spread. Keep the total under 59.5. They'll do just dandy. Louisville taking on Purdue. I think, if anything, the spread on this was a little bit too low. I think Louisville just steamrolls these guys. It's going to be like a 72-0 game. Wouldn't surprise me. So they're 24.5. Easily take that for Louisville. Total 68.5 over under. I'm going to say go over. I think there's going to be a lot of points scored in this. Like Purdue might get a couple of garbage goals late to put it over the threshold, so I think it's a pretty safe bet. Not that I encourage betting, because that's, bad. And then we got Florida State taking on Alabama. Probably the best opening day game we've had in a long time here in college football land. Alabama is a 7.5 point favorite. The total spread is 49.5 for the over-under. I'm going to go under for the over-under there. I think it's going to be under 49.5 total points scored. And I'm going to take the spread. I think Alabama wins by 10 points. So Alabama wins it by 10 and go under 49.5. I think they're a pretty good defensive matchup. So there's that. All right, BYU taking on LSU. Presuming it happens because, you got the hurricane down there and everybody, being flooded, so that may not happen, maybe rescheduled. Right now, LSU is a 14-point favorite, and that is really surprisingly low, considering, it's still pretty much a good team from last year, even without Leonard Fournette. And they do have the new coach, so I guess that's taking effect too. LSU, yeah, I'm going to go with the spread. I think it went by like 20 points. Don't even worry about that. Over-under is 47.5. I think it's a little bit too low. I think it's going to be like a, combined 60-point game. So go over that. Take the points. LSU wins outright. Don't worry about it. West Virginia taking on Virginia Tech. Should be pretty entertaining. It looks like Virginia Tech is actually the minus 4-point favorite. And I'm going to go with my first upset of the week, or really my first upset of the season. I'm actually going to go with West Virginia to win this one. They're covered by 4 points. I think they win it by 6. I think they can win it outright, or even maybe 7, 10, probably a little bit of a stretch. It's going to be a close, like, one-score game. I got West Virginia winning. Over under 51.5, it goes over. So there's that. And now we come to the last big game of the opening week, and it's time. It is time for my patented Ka-ching upset special. Yep, my upset special. Every week I pick a lock of the week or a shoe-in of the week, and I pick an upset of the week where I think the underdog is going to win. Tennessee's listed as a minus 3-point favorite. I think Georgia Tech wins this one, and they win it by a full touchdown. They get the 7-point victory. Even, it is in Georgia. You got to remember that. So they have home field advantage. The over-under is 56. I'm going to go under, and the SEC East is already a dumpster fire, and we're already 1 week in. So there you go. That's my upset special of the week. Go with the Yellow Jackets. Shoe of the week, USC is going to win, and win handily over Western Michigan. and a lot of good games. Surprisingly decent. Not a whole lot of like terrible, crappy, just absolute massacre games going on. So I'll be fortunate for that. And as always, remember, these picks are purely and clearly only for entertainment purposes. Whatever you do, don't gamble because it's wrong and bad and it'll destroy your life. Instead, take your money and invest it in the stock market and gamble even more money there when there's less regulations and nobody says anything bad about it. That's the smart thing to do. Alright, well that's week 1, and I'll be seeing you in week 2. We'll see how I did, which is probably excellent.